Hi, I'm Montserrat at the Yoga Therapy Institute, and I'm going to show you some footwork, different exercises for the feet to keep the feet healthy and supple. And they are suitable for clients with neuropathy, anybody who has any problems, musculoskeletal issues, anywhere in the body. And it's part of the yoga therapy for musculoskeletal issues module. So we're going to begin by simply mobilizing the feet by walking a little bit up and down on the tiptoes. Some of you are already familiar with this. Trying to keep the back as straight as possible. Again, the buttocks a little bit engaged, but we're focusing on the feet here right now. Okay, lovely. Good. And then we're going to walk up and down on the heels. I give these practices a lot to many of my clients in order to activate the feet. The health of your whole musculoskeletal structure is dependent on your feet. Good. Wonderful. And then I'm going to do a little front stretch here. Make sure that you don't hypermobilize the other knee. And then a little stretch here, stretching the front. And release. And then I just shake one foot a little bit and shake the other one a little bit. And now we're going to go to my toes and we're going to lift the big toe up. This is going to take a while for you to get this one. And then big toes down on the floor and the other toes go up. Big toes go up. And then we swap. There we go. One more time. Up. And then down. Good. And release. Now this one is quite difficult. We're going to place the feet a little bit apart. I'm going to make sure that my big toe is on the floor. My pinky is also on the floor. And then my middle toes are up. So big toe, pinky are on the floor and the middle toes are up. And this is a wonderful therapy for flat feet. So if you can experience this, what you're going to feel is you're going to feel that the arch is rising up. So big toe on the floor, pinkies on the floor, and the middle toes are up. And then you're going to feel how the arch is rising up. So now I'm going to come sitting down, and normally have your clients to lean against a wall. It's not fair to have them just sitting up with all the effort there. So just sitting against the wall. And now we're going to do a little bit of movement in the whole foot. But first of all, we're going to get them to separate the toes. That's it. And then release. Separate the toes as much as they can and release. And separate the toes as much as you can and release. This is wonderful for people whose feet are held together. They're just like this from wearing shoes all the time. And of course, when your toes are together like this, they kind of hold the body weight. So then we find all kinds of issues further up. So separating and then good. And then we bring the feet together and release. Toes closing and release. Toes closing and release. Wonderful. And then push the heels away from you and point the toes. Push the heels away from you, bring the toes towards you, and then point the toes. And push the heels, and then point. It looks very easy to do here, but actually so many people really cannot move their feet. It's quite extraordinary. Then we separate the legs a little bit. We're going to make circles. Again, some people can do circles, some people do triangles, some people do rectangles. So not everybody can do circles. Some people do doodles. That's it. And really, you might hear the cracking, which is absolutely fine. And then change direction. The mobility of your feet is so important. So important. Making big circles. That's it. And release. And here comes a tricky practice. Your feet come together, open to the sides like a gate, and then close. Open to the sides. There we go. And then close. Open to the sides. So keeping the inside of the feet together, the big toes are together like a gate, and then close the gate. Then you open, and then close the gate. Lovely. And then shaking a little bit, and already the feet are going to feel really warm. Lovely. Okay, and then bring the foot towards you, and then just give it a little massage of the toes, and the arch, and the heel. And you spend some time with your student, getting them to be familiar with their foot. This is really, really important thing to do. And then a little tapping as well. There we go. Tapping, tapping, tapping. Yes. So they become familiar with it. Even if they have neuropathy, it's okay. Maybe not the tapping, but the touching is very important. Ah. Very important also when somebody has a herniated disc and then the tingling and the numbing goes all the way down to the foot. To massage the whole foot and also the ankle as well is really important. Oh, okay. So then we do the other foot. Sometimes you might want to cushion under their knee to support under the knee so they can do this work quite easily. And then going through the toes, and then the ball of the foot, and then the arch, and then the heel, and then really massaging here. Let them be creative. And a lot of love for the feet, and then a little bit of tapping, holding the feet back, a little bit of tapping, and then massaging, and then going to the ankle, a little bit of twisting, the hands with the ankle. This is particularly nice. And then release. Wonderful. And then allowing the energy of the legs to go up and down. And now the feet are nice and warm. For somebody perhaps who suffers from poor circulation also on the feet, it's very, very important to maintain the health of the feet when we are working with musculoskeletal issues, and for the general health of a person. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. This is really nice work to do. Maybe after having a foot bath with some salts, or yes, with some nice drinks, some nice oils. And yeah, thank you very much. And thank you for listening.